I'm May Tobol, your guide in the world of mystical crossroads between spirituality and psychology. Today, I'd like to continue our exploration of a truly unique and enigmatic figure, Madame Helena Blavatsky. Today, I invite you to explore part 6 of our in-depth research series into Madame Blavatsky's life, influence, and legacy. And this will conclude our documentary series. And as always, I'm joined by my intellectual co-pilot, Brian, who will assist me in presenting this fascinating journey into the life and times of one of history's most mysterious women. Brian, take the floor.
Thanks, May. I'll do my best to guide us through this thought-provoking topic. Let's explore the dreamscape together. Madame Blavatsky, the X-Factor of the 19th century, a prophet, medium and enigma, Part 6. In 1891, Blavatsky fell gravely ill. 5 days after her death, preparations were underway for her cremation when, according to witnesses, she suddenly regained consciousness. She did not explain what had happened during those 5 days. She simply said, "I have returned to fulfill my final task, to write the master's greatest work." That book, The Secret Doctrine, would become her magnum opus. It contained profound insights into the nature of the universe, some of which eerily anticipated scientific breakthroughs decades later, including the discovery of X-rays, electrons, and atomic structure. Albert Einstein reportedly kept a copy of The Secret Doctrine among his personal library, referring to it often. Blavatsky claimed the book was dictated to her by the Tibetan Mahatmas. Those who examined her handwritten drafts confirmed that the text bore 4 distinct handwriting styles, as if written by multiple people. Whether this was further proof of deception or evidence of something beyond comprehension remains debated to this day. Despite her return and the publication of her greatest work, the stigma of fraud followed her until the end. On her deathbed, weakened and broken by illness, she made one last statement. "I am destroyed. My honor, my name, everything I held dear is gone. This old suffering body is all I have left. When I die, you may finally know the truth. That I was never a pretender, never a liar. I often allowed people to deceive themselves, yes, but I never deceived them." Even as she dictated The Secret Doctrine, often working 16 hours a day despite her deteriorating health, confined to a wheelchair and plagued by heart issues, she continued her mission with unwavering resolve. Yet even in her final days, another blow struck. A British tabloid, The Sun, published a scandalous article revealing intimate details about her past, details she had always denied. Despite preaching renunciation of worldly life and physical love, the article claimed she had had multiple lovers, including rumors of a secret affair with Emperor Franz Joseph of Austria and an illegitimate son with Empress Elizabeth. Whether any of this was true remains uncertain. Blavatsky lived a life cloaked in mystery, and this final secret she chose to reveal herself. Before her death, she submitted a medical certificate proving that she had suffered from antiversion of the uterus, a condition making pregnancy impossible. This document served as her final defense against accusations of romantic entanglements. It was her last stand, a quiet clinical argument against the sensationalism surrounding her life. And yet it did little to change the public perception of her. Helena Blavatsky passed away on May 8, 1891, leaving behind a legacy as enigmatic as the woman herself. Revered by some as a visionary, condemned by others as a fraud, she remains one of the most fascinating figures in the history of esoteric thought, a woman who sought truth beyond the veil and paid the price for doing so. Shortly after the publication of her magnum opus, The Secret Doctrine, Helena Blavatsky passed away on May 8, 1891. Her death marked the end of a life filled with mystery, controversy, and spiritual exploration. In keeping with the enigmatic nature of her existence, her ashes were divided into 3 parts and placed in 3 different theosophical centers around the world, a symbolic gesture reflecting the global reach of her influence. Despite the scandals that surrounded her final years, the theosophical movement did not fade. Instead, it continued to grow, spreading across continents and inspiring generations of seekers, philosophers, and artists.
This is
Blavatsky's ideas left an indelible mark on some of the most prominent thinkers and creators of the 20th century. Figures such as Leo Tolstoy, Konstantin Balmont, and Nikolai Roerich found inspiration in her writings. She also influenced Western literature significantly, shaping the thoughts of writers like James Joyce, Jack London, and T.S. Eliot. Even beyond the literary world, her impact was profound. In Germany in 1923, Dietrich Eckart, one of the leading occultists and a founding figure of National Socialism, died shortly before the rise of Adolf Hitler. On his deathbed, he reportedly told his followers, "Follow Hitler. He will do more to shape history than any other German." Whether this claim held truth or not, it illustrated how deeply esoteric thought had seeped into political ideology. Whether Helena Blavatsky was a fraud or a true mystic remains a matter of debate. But one thing is certain, she was an extraordinary woman who left behind more questions than answers. Perhaps the greatest mystery of all was the one she spent her entire life trying to solve. What truly lies beyond the veil of physical reality? In 1985, a new investigation was launched into the accusations that had tarnished Blavatsky's reputation during her lifetime. Among the most damaging allegations were the infamous letters attributed to her, which supposedly detailed how to deceive people through staged miracles. These letters, signed by Mrs. Coulomb, were long believed to be evidence of her fraudulence. However, the new inquiry revealed a startling twist. Handwriting analysis showed that these incriminating letters were not written by Blavatsky at all. They had been forged by none other than Mrs. Coulomb herself, once a trusted associate, who sought revenge after being dismissed from the Theosophical Society. This revelation cast serious doubt on the earlier accusations and began the process of restoring Blavatsky's credibility. In 1991, the centenary of her death, her contributions to world culture and science were officially recognized in several countries. Though she never lived to see it, her role in shaping modern thought on spirituality, consciousness, and alternative knowledge was finally acknowledged. Still, skeptics remain. Many argue that Blavatsky was simply a master of illusion, someone who understood how to manipulate perception and create a myth larger than life itself. They point to inconsistencies in her stories, unverifiable claims about Tibetan masters, and the documented cases of staged phenomena. Yet, for every argument against her authenticity, there are just as many mysteries that defy explanation. How did she predict scientific discoveries decades ahead of their time? Why did so many intelligent and educated individuals believe in her? And what happened during those hidden years in Tibet? Perhaps the only place where the full truth can be found is in the very lands she once traveled, among the sacred mountains of Tibet, where she claimed to have received divine wisdom from ancient sages. And there, perhaps, it shall remain. The end.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please share it with others. But most importantly, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have any questions? Do you agree or disagree? Your feedback means a lot. Stay cool, enjoy your day, and I'll see you soon.